Good day guys, nice to have you here. Today we'll talk about some of the best picks for the month of August 2022. These heroes were based on official data from the developers, original server and advanced server updates, and also feedback from former and current Mythical Glory players. Also, these heroes were grouped according to their primary roles officially listed in the game, not the lanes or areas they are ideally played in. And finally, we'll also share some recommendations for each hero that will certainly help you gain more wins. If you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like, share, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Johnson is going to leave a huge impact in August, and one of the reasons why is because of the nerfs Radiant Armor and Athena Shield received before. Because of those nerfs, more and more magic-based heroes were performing better. So good in fact that we are starting to see lineups with 2 to 3 magic damage dealing heroes. And since the mid lane minion mechanics have been changed, more mages are available to support their teammates on any part of the map, especially with Johnson's help. Because of the increased usage of mage-type heroes, Atlas' ability to effectively bypass defenders, head straight to squishies, and prevent their escape has been a frequent scenario in ranked matches, especially in higher ranks. And since games are played at a much faster pace now, having good base stats is a necessity. And as far as base stats are concerned, Atlas has one of the best in the game. He boasts more than 2800 HP, 21 physical defense, and 15 magic defense, which are stats that are much higher compared with other tanks. Franco is the only tank with a control effect that completely stops an enemy hero. Franco's ultimate can disable everything and even prevents cleansing abilities from dispelling its control effect. This makes Franco effective in completely stopping any attacker or unwary enemy passing by. As long as Franco retains his cooldown and pretty much his entire skill mechanic, I don't think it's going to become irrelevant at all. Some of you might say having Clint here is questionable, but you have to consider the difficulty of taking a good Clint player down versus other marksmen. Clint has a good combination of control skills and mobility. What also sets him apart is the skill animation. His attacks fall instantly and there's a very small window to react against his skill shots, unlike other marksmen that have very projected skill casts. In addition to that, his attacks are so bursty he doesn't even need too many damage equipment anymore. Beatrix is a very dangerous hero in the right hands. Her ability to burst down even tanky heroes and fire from afar will be of much relevance against melee heroes, which, like I said earlier, are still projected to rule the upcoming meta in August. Her ability to switch weapons is what makes her amazing. Renner and Wesker are the two best weapons against most of the meta heroes, so I highly suggest practicing both. But of course, it's always best if you are familiar on how you get to use the other weapons. Anyway, Renner is of course mastered for its range, while Wesker for up-close skirmishes. 1-1 is still our top marksman for the month of August. She may not be very powerful on the early game, but as soon as she gets 2 of her primary equipment, all hell will break loose. Her ultimate is one of the most overpowered ultimates in the game, which provides absolute immunity and target chasing damage, effective in both duels and team fights. This was supposed to be Thomas, but because of the nerf he is projected to receive in a few days from now, I decided to give this spot to Balmond. Balmond could see his place once again in the meta next month due to the adjustments to the jungle recently. It'll be easier for him to reach his power spike, thus making it difficult for a lot of heroes. His second skill will prove useful in any situation. In my opinion though, he is really only great as a jungler, and is only an average hero when played anywhere else. Masha will still rock the month of August because of her amazing skill set. Just make sure to build according to the situation and the enemy team's lineup. Either you get her nothing but defensive items or a mix of damage items is up to you. What also makes her great is her outstanding objective taking capabilities. This is also why I strongly believe she is best played with the emblem talent Demon Slayer, which helps her take major objectives faster. Julian was already impacting the meta this past couple of months because of his high outplay potential, and recently, or sometime last month, a couple of magic defensive equipment were nerfed and some magic damage equipment were buffed. Considering how good Julian's skill set is, the fact that a lot of equipment will be adjusted in favor of magic-based heroes like him will be a huge deal. And besides, because of his innate skill set, I don't see Julian losing or scaling out of the meta anytime soon. Sicilian is still going to leave a mark on the meta next month despite news of getting nerfed, mainly because it was towards his base damage, which isn't really a huge deal with Sicilian since he relies on gaining stacks based on skill casts, not kills. Same as before, he is expected to perform well, especially on the late game. Savior is a very powerful glass cannon not only because of his damage output, but also his range and control abilities. Be careful when playing him since he is extremely squishy. Try your best to also remain hidden from the map and only come out when absolutely necessary, such as to get last hits or to join team fights. In order to maximize his full potential, above average map awareness is the key. Valentina will still be a feared part of the meta in August. Her ability to counter or nullify most other heroes' abilities have been and will always be superb. She adapts well against most any lineup and works great both as an XP laner and a mid laner. Just make sure to hit enemies with her skills as much as possible in order to gain XP advantage and scale faster than everybody else. Diggy, in my opinion, was never really irrelevant. He's a niche pick not because he's bad, but simply because he has a very specific purpose, and that is to counter control abilities. Julian is one of the most picked heroes recently. Either that, or he gets banned and other lesser heroes are chosen, and same as Julian, also thrive in utilizing control effects. And who else is better at rendering that useless than Diggy? Angela, in my opinion, will be a perfect support for the month of August. She complements most, if not all, hero types and can really turn the tides of battle as long as played by someone with good map awareness. While it's true a lot of battle spells work well for her, I strongly suggest Sprint or Flicker instead. Faramis, in my opinion, is one of the best, if not the best support right now. His ultimate prevents himself and his allies' deaths, which creates a very unfair advantage against the enemies. I strongly believe that, same as July, he will be one of the most banned heroes in August. I mean, just imagine giving your allies and yourself one-time immortality. I choose that over any type of healing ability. Natalia is amazing as both a jungler and aggressive roamer, and with the recent update which is aimed at getting more participation from mages, a reliable silencer will be a necessity. Her ability to become invisible also comes in handy in providing vision and can become a problem in any part of the game. Because of how aggressive she is expected to play, that means she is always in a very vulnerable position within the enemy territory. This means she is ideally picked in a lineup with a tank hero who can help her survive. If she's playing as a roamer, she should be invading together with a tanky jungler. If she's played as a jungler, then she should be accompanied by a tanky roamer. Ling is still going to be a good go-to assassin for the month of August. He's an excellent picker of the enemy backlane because of his mobility and shines best as an objective taker. With perfect timing, his ultimate plus retribution can guarantee the objective and Ling's safety both at the same time. Karina will have an even stronger impact in August. Whether you build her with high defensive stat, a mix of both defense and magic power, or as a burst mage assassin, she will be one of the go-to junglers and can really impact the battle regardless of how low or high your rank is. Just make sure to use your skills wisely and target low HP or squishes first. The sooner you recycle your ultimate, the better. There you go, those are the heroes that I think will leave a mark next month. What do you think? If you were to replace some of the heroes here, who would it be and who will you replace it with? Leave your thoughts on the comment section below, and if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Stay safe everyone. Peace.